Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your general timeless. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Let's take a deep breath in before we get started. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let all of it go, Virgo. Yesterday I did a mid-April reading. I hope you've caught up. Today we'll do a general timeless. If you would be interested, do head over to the website rubyreadstarot.com and book a reading there if you would like. Over here, you can support the channel by subscribing, hitting the thumbs up, leaving a comment, joining, and I think that's all I have for now. Okay, let's get into it. So, on the 19th, there are cards facing upwards. That doesn't normally happen. On the 19th of April, there is a rather big week on this day. The sun enters the sign of Taurus. Mercury is conjuncting Venus, both in the sign of Aries. And there is a Mercury in Aries conjunct Venus in Aries also. That's a lot of activity in Aries, and that's also a lot of activity in the sign of Taurus. The first card that shot out for you is the 10 of Wands. If you guys could, please do hit the thumbs up button. It lets other people know we're here. It supports the channel. So Virgo, 10 of Wands. Let's talk about this. So, you might need to remember that there is a purpose to certain situations that might feel a little bit arduous. There are, good day Susan, welcome my dear. There are reasons. And I think what you will find is that there is a need to have toughened you up a little bit. I think it goes without saying that it was more about the journey than the destination, and Virgo, some of you might have felt quite burnt out, tired, exhausted by all of it, and I do think it's safe to say that it will soon be time to drop the burdens, drop the wands, the proverbial wands. It's been heavy and it may have been exhausting, but there were certain lessons, Virgo, that you needed to be equipped with. There were certain lessons that you needed to pick up along the way, and you are stronger and wiser and more valuable for it. So, Virgo, soon it will be time for you to drop a lot of the burdens that you may have been carrying in order to be able to surrender and release yourself to move towards something that is less burdensome, but a situation where you are definitely well equipped mentally, emotionally, physically, in order to get to the next level, whatever that next level for you might be. Virgo, I think that you're coming into a period of time where you might find that things are spicing up, getting a bit heated, a bit passionate, a bit sensual in all of this Aries Taurian energy, and you're kind of being asked to let go a little bit. You're being asked to see what it is that you can do to lighten the load for yourself. Chill out. Don't be so serious. Don't be so heavy. You'll soon find that you are going through this phase where you're being asked to lighten up, to drop the wands, drop the burdens. You've made it to a safe place, and you're being asked now to move on to the next level. And I think this is one of those things that is kind of going to ask you to get grounded, and it's also kind of saying that learn to enjoy the pleasures of life. This 10 of Wands is suggesting that there's merit and there's skill involved in being able to handle so much in one go. And I think it's also safe to remember that this is now a time of coming to the end of being so burdensome or burdened or whatever it is that may have been so heavy for you to carry. Virgo, Three of Wands. There is something that you have done, past tense. And I think at the time you may not have understood the merit in it. You may not have seen much come out of it. I feel like you're coming into this time where you're being asked to drop certain burdens, certain weight, certain something heavy, because there is rewards of good karma, good energy that is coming forward to you, that is making its way forward to you. And what you're really being asked for right now is a bit of patience and a bit of hindsight. Okay, wow. Two of Cups, the Lovers. Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. So Mercury comes out of retrograde on the 25th, I believe, of April. And after quite a long period of being in retrograde, I think you might have found that there was this escalating feeling or this building up of this feeling of like it's too much, or that the burdens are just so heavy, or like you know that there is something that you need to come to a natural end to. Virgo, there is something good that you did, right? And it's showing up now. The rewards of this thing that you did, it's coming through now, right? You might find that there has been a lot of information that you have needed to process and that you may have been in two minds about. But what you need to know is that there is this call for you to understand that there is no imminent danger and there is no imminent threat. It's okay for you to allow yourself a little bit of focus and take it off of the potential of threat and actually use that energy and channel it in a streamlined direction towards what you know you need to learn right now, what you know you need to study right now, what you know that there is missing in information. You're coming into, if you're not already, in a really strong divine union. This is two that have been brought together to function as 100%, to contribute something, contribute towards the greater good in something that means that the pair of you are working in unison. There is no need for you to doubt this or be in two minds about this or separate yourself from your needs, wants, and desires because of fear or subconscious programming or unhealed wounds or reasons to sabotage or pick at something that is really natural and designed as a part of life in orientation to get you to work in unison with another soul in order to best create something that means that you are actually receiving the good of hard work that you've already done. Virgo, I would see this alliance, this partnership as a blessing. And I would really see what it is that you can do to look at the analysis paralysis or the overthinking that might be going on with you personally. When right now, if you can really tame that energy, really channel it into something that you know that you need to get on with in terms of study and research, that will be mastery of your energy. Because I need you to know that the burdens that you were carrying, the weight of this period of time, which may have felt really fucking heavy, you're going to begin to see the good pay out in this. something that you may have written off completely, something that you may have been waiting on, something that yourself may not have understood. I'm asking, plot your next move instead of deliberating over potential threats where there are none. Literally where there are none. You do need to understand that there is a need for you to take the blindfold off in terms of whatever you might feel in fear of. Page of Cups. Jenna, I love you, sweetheart. There is Page of Cups. An invitation being brought forward to you. It's nonchalant, it's fun, it's flirty, it's free, it's light-hearted energy, and it would best suit you right now as we go into the grounded season of earthy sensuality of Taurus. As the sun is progressing forward, Virgo, you're gonna have to go with the flow of things by dropping the burdens and letting the good come to you with an expectation of wealth. Okay? With the expectation of help, and with the expectation of understanding now, Virgo, that your attention needs to be channeled in a way that doesn't mean that it is being wasted and squandered. Okay? Please channel this energy into study and research. I would say study your triggers. Study the fact that this shit may have been really fucking burdening. It may have really taken something out of you. And now it's time to understand that when I say drop the burdens, this means filling up the parts of you that may have had to be really strong to get through the moment. Now is the time to really understand that in doing that, there are certain things, benefits, goods that are going to show up for you because you showed strength when you needed to. There are partnerships, there are alliances that are divinely put together, and you have to trust them. Okay? You deserve love. You are supported. You are being given this opportunity to revel in love, 10 of Swords, and put a close to betrayals of the past, because there really is no more space in that back. So take the lessons that you've learned and the strength that you've attained in carrying this burdensome whatever, and know that now you officially get to close the cycle. And there is almost this need for you to unlearn the betrayal, almost this need for you to unlearn suffering. Can we just talk about synchronicity, Virgo? This is the 10 of Cups. You have to put away the cycle of burden because those lessons were needed. Those lessons, Tamicia, welcome, love. Those lessons were needed. Those lessons were there with the intention to make you stronger. You needed to attain this. And in the process, the gaslighting, the hurt, the pain, the trauma, like the betrayal, the suffering, that cycle had to be completed also. And it's now about knowing that the cycle is completed. And it's now also about knowing that the time has come for a cycle where you are supported, where you are nurtured, where you are driven, and where you are given the opportunity to be able to step into contentment wholeheartedly. There is something about you being protected by the things that you have worked hard to attain. And this is a privilege. And it may feel a bit burdensome, and yes, you may have got a bit knocked and battered in the process of it, but do trust that the things that you have worked hard to attain act as the barrier between you and the things that you know you need protection from in the world. Enjoy your creature comforts right now, Virgo, and don't see this as a struggle. The thing that I'm really trying the point that I'm really trying to get across here is that in order to be able to evolve, in order to be able to move on to the next level, you kind of have to accept what you've done and what you've been through and where you have been led. Where you're at right now might not be 100% perfect, but if you're there trying, and if you're there moving forward, and if you're there learning, that's progress in itself. Fear is a massive restriction. And if there is, for whatever reason, fear involved in relationships, in your personal ability to speak or to be honest or to be truthful, if there is fear in your attainment of things in the world, then it's really asking you to drop this shit. This is the cycle that there's gonna have to be a separation from, because there is a destiny that is part of the very same process that this Ten of Wands is part of. You're moving on to the next level, and at this point there is no work that needs to be done alone. You are supported and you are being given an equal cup, a shoulder to be able to lean on should you need it, and to be able to give one also. Virgo, don't taint it. What else do we have for Virgo? In their highest and best good for all and everyone involved. Let's get some messages for Virgo. The Sun card. I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again. The Sun moving into sister earth sign of Taurus is really going to feel like the Sun going home in your sign. You have this opportunity, Virgo, to renew, regrow, redevelop, sow some seeds, reevaluate. There is a lot of renewal here in this season if you wish to channel into the things that are truly important, and that's knowing when to drop the heavy shit, knowing when to drop the burdens, the old stories, and knowing when it is time to disconnect from the narrative that may not have served you, and disconnect and pull away from each one of those hooks, drains, and plugs that may have even been in form of bullying, gaslighting, or narcissistic abuse, and setting yourself free, riding off into the sunset and actually setting yourself free to attain the things that you say you want. But are you believing that you are worthy of having them? Because there is an element of restriction and restraint that needs to be put to bed once and for all, because all of that hard work is now paying off, and now that you're beginning to see the goods of it, welcome this happy period. How good are you at doing the happy period bit, Virgo? Because there is someone here that is very much lovers energy, partnership, working together, fulfilling the self to be able to come forward in order to be able to work in unison, in order to attain the higher timelines. You're being asked here to step into your happy place. And there's no need for deliberation about it. There's no need for deliberation, to be in two minds, to look for fear and doubt that's not there. I'm not going to take this wad of cards. I'm going to take this one, however, and that's the Five of Cups. Change your perspective. Shift your perspective from this through your swords. There has been a need, Virgo. This is 2 times. This has come up now. Let's talk about this, Virgo. And the 8 of Swords under it. Virgo, there were self-limiting beliefs somewhere from a heartache, past, present, future, that need you to take your attention away from it. In order to heal a wound, you need to stop picking at it. And now more so than ever, Virgo, this is about removing the limitations via the thoughts. You can set yourself free and ride off into the sunset and really look to attain that 10 of Cups, contentment, happiness, should you really wish to heal parts of yourself that you cannot any longer say apply to you. those narratives, those wounds, those life stories, those haunting heartbreaks, they no longer apply. Because the happy days have arrived, they're here now, and you're being invited this Taurus season to ride off into the sunset, backseat, wholeheartedly in love, should you wish to. There's a whole bunch of heavy shit here that you're gonna have to drop first. And that might involve changing up the narrative. And I think that it's perhaps a really good idea now, Virgo, that you wholeheartedly commit to your liberation. There is nothing that you can't do, and you know that. That's why these things are held onto so tightly, because sometimes they become the excuse. Take this suit off and wear this one instead. It's as simple as that. That's the best advice that I have to offer right now. Literally, so many blessings, should you wish to accept them. And I think if you decide that, yes, you know what, it is time to change the narrative, and it is time to pull away from the story of hurt, heartache, betrayal, and drop the fucking burdens already, and allow yourself to embrace the fact that those experiences created almost like a protective boundary between you and this world, the nastiness of the world. Be grateful for every lesson. The time now is, however, to understand that you cannot live in that history and that narrative where you are at loss is inaccurate, because what you have now is more than enough to get you exactly wherever the fuck you're trying to go. The only story here needs to be that the road that you've now been set free to walk on involves so many blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. That's a lot of good luck. It's time to grow above the past. Thank you, Susan. Kaya, I held on for so long. And now you're being literally told, baby, you made it home, drop it. Disconnect. Pull those plugs. Remove all of the hooks and the drains. Set yourself free. Past, present, future. And that happens by getting out of your head and taking off the blindfold. Shift your perspective on the fact that you have everything you need to get you to where you need to be. All that hard work paid off, and the goods are coming in now. And so right now, the support and the love that is being given to you is something that you deserve. Take it and run off into the sunset with it. Healing is not just non-linear. It doesn't ever stop. We never stop healing. Right now is just a very good time for you to disconnect from any narratives that you know may have been limiting you and holding you back. No more self-sabotage. It's about freedom, happiness, expression of love. And if you allow it, if you really allow it, it's exactly that. Virgo rides off into the sunset on the back seat of a motorcycle. Or maybe the driver of the motorcycle, who knows? Where did motorcycle come from? I don't know. So, book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you are all doing. The astrology over the next couple of days is pretty, well, up until the end of April, is pretty potent. We're working into this very emotionally dark and deep and sensual full moon in this earthy sensual sign of Taurus. Prepare for pleasure and let it be as pleasurable as possible. Enjoy all of it. Eat well, dress well, smell well, look well, feel and express and enjoy and have fun. I think that's all I have for you for now, Virgo. Have a wonderful time. I love you so much, and I shall speak to you again soon. Bye.